5 things you need to know about the Tribeca Lookbook. Number 1, layout and printing. So if we head down here to the bottom toolbar and choose grid view, you're going to see the document laid out like this, which I find incredibly helpful because then you can see how it's going to be laid out in magazine format. So you can visualize your left and right pages and how they will work together when printed or when you've created your digital flipbook, which I'll teach you how to do a little bit later. So you'll notice that each page is labeled left, right, or flex, and then we have cover and the alternative cover page. So before you send this to print, you're going to have to delete one of these options for the cover and this quick notes section. Also, when you're putting together your guide, notice where we've indicated left and right, meaning that they work best in that orientation. So this always works best as a left page. Do you have to use it as a left page? No, you can try out different things and see how it looks in this grid view. You can even do a test run and just print out 1 or 2 versions and see if you like it. It's completely up to you, but we've identified if things look better left or right, and then we've identified flex, which means it can be either left or right. So this is where you can have fun with this document and decide what your listing needs, and then you can go ahead and delete and duplicate pages as needed for your particular listing. Now let's talk about printing. If your intention is to print physical copies of this, then I would suggest you head up to File, View Settings, and Show Print Bleed. And this will show you exactly where the printer is going to cut your document. So you want to ensure that all important text or images are exactly where you want them to be, knowing that the printer is going to cut on this dotted line. Are you okay with the way that the photo is sitting in the frame? So I might want to double click that and adjust my listing as needed so that I know that nothing is going to be cut off. That's really important. Another thing to mention about photos is to drag them beyond the cut line so that we don't have any awkward, let's say, lines within our document, because it's very common for printers to be off by 1/18 of an inch, and then you'll see that black line or white line or whatever your background color is seep through, and it just looks sloppy and unprofessional. So just be sure before you send it to print that all of your images are beyond the bleed line or the cut line, and all your text is really in a nice healthy margin away from this cut line. So what's a healthy margin? I would say that's too close for comfort for me. I want to keep it about there. And then I know it's safe, but even still, I like to play it safe, and I like to ensure that there is ample space between text and this cut line, but also that there's negative space. So all of this nice space here makes it easier for the reader to take in any information when it's not too close to the cut line. Number 2, resizing your document. So this is quite a small booklet. It's 5 by 7, and the reason it's 5 by 7 is because it is the most inexpensive landscape sizing to have printed. That doesn't mean that you have to print a 5 by 7. In fact, if you want to print a larger document, if you prefer to print something larger, then what you're going to do is find the printer first. Do not change the design in Canva before finding the printer, because you want to explore cost before you do anything. You will find that certain sizes like 8 by 10 or 8.5 by 11, they're custom sizes. So you might think, oh, it's easy to print, but oftentimes it ends up being 5, 6, 7 times more expensive. So the good thing about landscape orientation is that when you head up to Magic Switch and you want to change the size to something else, you're going to select custom size, and then you're going to put in your sizing here, and it will automatically resize your document for you in that landscape format, and then you're good to go. If you don't have, you can notice here that this is a Pro feature. If you don't have Pro, then you're again going to go to your printer, you're going to find out what sizing you're going to resize this to, head to File, and you're going to create a new design. Then you're going to select Custom Size, Inches, and you're going to pop the width and the height in here. and let's just do 8 by 5. Let's say we're doing an 8 by 5 book. So now I have this new 8 by 5 document. I'm going to head back to my original document, head to grid view, copy this, and if I right click and I see copy, I can see the shortcode on my keyboard. So that's Control C. Command C. So I'm going to hit Command C on my keyboard, which is going to copy this entire page. And the reason why we're doing this from grid view is because if you don't do it from grid view, it will not copy the background image. So we want everything to be copied. So when we go to grid view, Command C, we're going to head to our new document, and you'll see that it positions it in the frame. Now you might need to do some adjustment to make it look the same, but not a whole heck of a lot. And you'll see how easy that was, and you can do it for every single page. And then if this is something that you want to use as your own template over and over again, then this would become your new template. This would become the new size that you're going to be working off of in the future. So once you've created and resized everything, I would recommend you head to File and then make a copy. And this becomes your template that you now make copies of every single time you have a new listing. Also, you'll notice that you have an alternative layout, which is just your standard portrait layout for easy, cost-effective printing. Number 3, removing the background from floor plans. So if you have a floor plan from a floor plan company and for some reason they didn't provide you with a PDF or PNG file, then you're going to upload the image file that they did provide for you, head to Edit Photo, and select Background Remover. So let's say that you do have a PDF or PNG file. If you upload it into Canva, then you'll be able to, the PNG should have a transparent background already, so you don't have to worry about it. And the PDF file might upload as transparent, but if it doesn't, again, you can just head to Edit Photo. So on the area section page, you'll notice a whole bunch of graphs and icons that you can use to share with your audience neighborhood statistics. Canva makes it really easy for you to edit any of this information. If I click on it, you'll see that you can change the percentage, the line weight, you can add the percentage label yourself if you'd like, you can change the rounded endpoints, you can change the colors here, the text here. You have full control over every single graph and even these icons here. So when I select the icons, you have all of these icon options, but if we're sticking with the star, then all you have to do is change the rating down here. Number 5, creating a flipbook. So if you want to reduce your printing costs, or if you want to provide alternative options, you can create a digital flipbook right through Canva. So Canva makes it super easy to do that. But here's what I'm going to say about flipbooks. If you do decide to create a digital flipbook, then I would use it to your advantage and add some links throughout this document that will allow your audience to click through and get even more information. It just adds some value. So for example, on this last page, for more pics and video tour, visit 22tribeca.com. You would select these 3 dots, click link, and add the link to your property website there. So that way, when we do create the digital flipbook, this link will be active and they can click it in there. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to add a link, and then I'm going to head to share. Oh, and you can remove the underline as well if you don't like that. You can head to share, and then more, type in hazing, and then we're going to select the pages that we want to include. So I'm going to select all pages and then deselect the notes page and then one of the cover pages. I'm going to remove, save. And now this is going to prepare our flipbook with our live link in there. And a great thing to do is to add links to video tours, to slideshows, to property websites. And then you'll see that you have a beautiful flipbook. And I'm going to head to share just so you can see what your clients would see. And I'm going to click on this. And this is the link that you would share with them. So this is what they're going to get. And then if we head right to the end page, you'll see that this link is now live and it's going to take them to whatever website you've added there. So a beautiful flipbook, reduce printing costs, and a really great way to showcase your marketing prowess with your clients. And that's it, my friends. Happy designing.